I wish there's a better way I could store my strings and variables.
Actually, there is a way you can. Let's talk about lists and dictionaries.
Yay!
Excellent!
Oh, welcome to CRAB.python. Today, we'll be talking about lists and dictionaries, the cool way to store variables.
So what is a list? A list can store several variables, integers, or strings. Lists can be used as variables or in loops. Always remember to use brackets instead of parentheses. So for example, as you can see here, the x variable is a list consisting of the string cheese, the integer 5, and the string banana. And then you can see in the for loop, which you are already familiar with, the for thing in x, you print thing. So let's talk about lists in the actual code. So first, we'll start out in our shell. So we'll open Python. And then let's make a list. We can say cheeses equals, and let's name some cheeses. For example, Parmesan, the forbidden cheese, and then the other good cheese. I might have spelled it wrong, but it's okay. And then, so we can also use this function, the len function, to determine how many items are in a list. So what we do is we take this len function, and in the parentheses, we put cheeses. So it will tell us that there are 3 items in the list. Now let's find what each of the items actually is, or are. So you can say cheeses. Let's do the 1. So then it prints goat. So you see, here's the thing with coding. Whenever you start counting, you start from the 0 number, counting from 0. So for example, this is 0, this is 1, and this is 2. But there are still 3 items in the list. So for example, we can do cheeses, 0, and we have Parmesan. Now, let's take a look at this in our actual code. So I will bring this down, and then we can do x equals, let's just put some strings here, maybe cheese, 5, banana. Of course, this might look a little familiar to you. Now let's place in the for loop. So for thing in x, we can print thing. So now let's see what this does. We'll run the code. As you can see, it printed everything in the x list. We can also print x1, and we'll run that. We have 5. We can also use a while loop in here. So while x, or we can say cheese equals a string, while, cheese not in 1, 2, cheese equals input. And we can just do print hi. So we like to use this a lot in our text adventures. So here's how this works. It uses a list to print, for example, we have this. So cheese is, whoops, I have a bug here. Sorry about that. So you can see here, this is an input. They can print 4. And because it does not equal 1 or 2 in the list, it just does it again. So if we put 2, it just says hi. So that is one way to use lists and while loops. So now let's talk about dictionaries.
What is a dictionary? A dictionary holds data values in curly brackets, which is similar to an actual dictionary, which holds the definitions for each word. An example is this. So there's the variable, which is called cheese, and there are 2, I would guess, definitions. So there's the best cheese, there's best, which is equal to Parmesan and mozzarella, and worst, which is equal to goat cheese. So now let's talk about dictionaries. So what you can do is assign a dictionary to a variable. Let's call this one cheese.
As always.
Yep, and then put a curly bracket. So then if you press enter in a code editor like VS Code, it'll put it in this format. And it has to be a tab in the middle. Then in the string, you can write the word. Let's call it best. And then put a colon and put like the definition, which is for the best cheese, it's definitely Parmesan and mozzarella. Then, after everyone except for the last,
Richard, there's a typo.
What?
In the mozzarella. Mozzarella.
Okay. Ignore that. And so then you have to put a comma after the every word except for the last word. Then we can put the next word, which would be the worst. And the worst will be goat cheese. And then let's get out of the little dictionary. And then let's try printing variable cheese. And then in brackets, write the word. So if we write best and run it, it says Parmesan and mozzarella. Because if you look in the dictionary, it says that best is Parmesan and mozzarella. But then if we print the worst, without debugging, it will print goat cheese because we assigned it as the worst. So that is the simple stuff of dictionaries. And yeah.
Thank you for watching this fabulous video. Please hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you next time.
Bye.